The video for January 20th, 2017 is entitled The Fake Spirituality of Neutrality. It does matter. There are sides. There is truth and there are lies. This planet was co-opted a long time ago by those who chose to play on the dark side. They are liars, and their fraud has been the bill of goods sold to the masses of humanity for millennia. I am convinced, despite all the disappointments I have endured, that truth wins, and only truth can set us free. There is no neutral ground in this battle for souls. If the dark wins, humanity will become soulless machines, robots programmed to serve those who oppose the Creator. The false god many call Lucifer is a tyrant, not wanting to relinquish his delusion of grandeur, period. He was a liar from the beginning. Why the Creator would allow such a being to even exist is insane, yet not nearly as insane as allowing crimes against creation to continue for so long. You can believe you're neutral, but making no choice is choosing the false, malevolent paradigm. As for me, I choose love, which is all commandments rolled into one. What do you choose? This is the dilemma that I struggle with, and I'm sure there are a lot of people on spiritual paths of various kinds and various persuasions that struggle with the same thing. I mean, we want to be neutral as far as being fair goes, but yet if we carry neutrality too far, we just overlook and turn our backs on all the horrendous crimes that are being committed, and seemingly in greater proportion and certainly in greater understanding and knowledge of more and more people than ever before in history, thanks to the internet and all of the technology that we have at our disposal here in the 21st century. We are aware through Pizzagate and all the other things that those that claim to be our leaders are not nice people. And while on the one hand, I'd like to see them repent, I'd like to see the whole world repent, but especially these tyrants, these malevolent ones, I'd like to see them repent. I'd like to see them turn themselves over to good and to truth. Will they ever do that? I don't know. Are they stuck in their malevolence? Is this a set pattern that has been allowed in creation to almost coexist? If God created all things, how can something else exist, let alone coexist? Thus the dilemma, thus the challenge that I face, that many of us face, because we want to be loving. We really do. We'd like to see everyone wake up and say, wait a minute, we're fighting ourselves. If we only realized how powerful we are, if we would get out of our own way and accept the fact that we are created in the image of God with unlimited potential. Hear me, unlimited potential. But those that see themselves as having unlimited potential, by far and large, have used their perception of unlimited potential to bastardize the rest of us. They see themselves as superior and supreme. Whether we're talking about the fake Jews, whether we're talking about the Illuminati, whether we're talking about a cabal of some sort, whether we're talking about the 3 city-states that have run roughshod over the rights of the world, that includes the Vatican, of course, the City of London and Washington, D.C. If we include all of these things, when are they going to be made accountable for the things that they do? Or are they going to be given forever just free rein to run roughshod over anybody's rights that they want to abuse? When is that going to end? That's the question that I wrestle with, and that I believe everybody that wants to see good would have to wrestle with that thing. I don't care what religion you've been brainwashed into. Religions, by far and large, say they're about love. But how can loving people continue to not raise their voice against the injustice, against the tyranny, against the predisposition of the elite to do the wrong thing, not only once in a while, but virtually all the while? They seem to be totally committed to hurting others and blaming others for everything that they themselves are guilty of, but refuse to face their own guilt, refuse to face and take into accountability their own actions. They scapegoat continuously. They put all the blame on the people that want to do right, and that's why there's martyrs, and there have been martyrs throughout all of our known history. When are we going to wake up, people? When are we going to get it? That being spiritual, if it doesn't mean standing for truth, if it doesn't mean loving one another, then it doesn't have any meaning at all. It's just BS that's been propagated on us to get us to fight each other. We've got to stop fighting. We've got to come together. We've got to learn how to listen and learn how to love and learn how to live our lives in such a way that it brings a continuation of good rather than a continuation of malevolence. We've got to take out or transform or somehow overcome this evil propensity toward the control mind that wants to control everybody else. I don't want to control anybody. I just want to be able to love you and to love others and to be loved. You know, I want to be able to feel safe living on the planet that was created, from which I guess my body was created, from the dust of the earth, if you will, from the dirt of the ground, fashioned and molded by a creator. Now, whether that is literal or figurative makes no difference to me. I do believe that the intuitive sense that I've had my whole life, that I'm here for a purpose, that purpose is to see the kingdom of heaven manifested in physical reality. Not in the sweet by and by when we die, not in some other non-physical mystical realm, but in physicality, in the real world, if you will, the manifest world, whatever you want to call it. We need to overcome our propensity to each think that we're right. Self-righteousness, as I've said in other videos even recently, is the worst of all sins. It's when you think that you're right and anybody that disagrees with you is wrong. The only thing that's right is to love, is to uphold the truth and speak the truth. Now, I can't believe that people that are in political roles and corporate roles have no knowledge and no understanding that what they're doing is fake. It's false. It's lying. And it's worse, it's murdering. These are the people and beings that do not care about life. Obviously, they do not care about life. The earth is abundant and can provide for all of our needs, beyond what we can even imagine at this point in time. Weather can be controlled. Everything can be corrected so that it brings forth abundance. Are we going to allow that, or are we going to continue to live the lie that there's not enough to go around, which is insane, absolutely insane? We've got to get rid of this fake spirituality and stop being neutral and start working together for the common good of all. And it's not hard if we just open our hearts and our minds to seeing. Anyway, thank you for listening, and namaste.